Well, spit it out. Balsam, you said that you had something that you wanted to tell me about my son. So, what? Did something happen to Matthew?
No, this isn't about Matthew.
Okay.
It's about David Vickers.
What's he done now?
Do you remember when Kelly hired me to track down David because she thought that Dorian was falling apart and that she needed to confront David to find closure?
Yeah. And?
I found him. I know where your son is.
I don't need flowers.
I'm sorry. There was something in your tone, your eyes, made me think that something might have upset you.
If something did, I prefer roses.
Well, keep that in mind.
And if I needed consolation, I would not turn to a con artist like you.
Just take the flowers. It's a peace offering.
Sloppy seconds.
Fine. Give them to Kelly for me, then. I'll just put them in a vase for now, and then I'll go.
Oh, wait a minute.
Is this the guy that upset you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dorian, you cut the picture in half. Looks like a broken heart to me.
I need to tell you.
No, you don't have to
David
tell me anything about David. All right? I don't go on my face myself, but Nora, she keeps me up to speed. And I know that he's all over Europe running around. He's chasing supermodels, going to some kind of whipped cream parties.
Phone parties.
Well, whatever. David ran out on everybody in Llanview. You know, it's one thing for him to run off on Dorian, but what he did to Matthew, that's unforgivable.
Matthew?
Yeah, he ran out on him, Balsam. Just when Matthew was starting to see him as a big brother, starting to, you know, he started to look up to him. He started to care about him. Not that I always agreed with David's methods of brotherly bonding, but I thought it was a good idea for him to get to know his older brother.
Well,
you know, I even started to warm up to the guy myself. I started to see past that superficial, scheming side of David, and I started to see him as a son. But then he pulled his disappearing act. It's like he didn't give a damn about Matthew or about me. So whatever you have to tell me about him right now, frankly, I don't really give a damn. Because I tell you right now, my family, which, by the way, officially includes you now, Balsam, we don't really need David in our lives because he betrayed all of us.
It's not true, Bo. David didn't betray you. I did.
Haven't you heard of cutting back on non-essentials? Anyway, this is none of your business.
All right, you obviously pride yourself on your ability to cope. But it's not working right now. So I'm just saying that if you want to talk to somebody, I'm here.
And why would I do that?
The same reason that people on airplanes divulge their deepest secrets. Because you don't know me. And I don't rely on you for strength or expect anything from you. Hell, I ain't even a voter in Llanview.
Heck, I don't think they let gold diggers vote in Llanview.
So I take it this relationship ended badly.
That's it, you're out of time. Yes, indeed. Get out of my house.
You betrayed me? How?
After David left Dorian at the altar, I thought that Clint might know something about where David went.
So did you do some digging?
More like broke into his office. I'm sorry, I know it was a dumb idea.
No, it's okay. Did you find anything?
Yeah. I found evidence that proved that David didn't abandon Dorian at all. There was no way he could have gotten to that wedding, no matter how much he wanted to.
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, I hate to have to tell you this. David was kidnapped.
What?
And he was thrown in a Moroccan prison, and he has been there ever since.
What? Who'd do that to him?
It was Clint.
Make sure that Kelly thanks you properly for your flowers. Oh, excuse me. Goodbye. Mayor Dorian Lord here. Oh, really? Thank you for calling. As if this day couldn't get any worse.
Something wrong?
Didn't anybody ever tell you it's rude to listen in on private conversations?
I'm sorry, I couldn't help but overhear.
It's about your sister's new father-in-law, yes. Clint Buchanan has managed to wriggle out of the charges against him. In fact, it's all over Access Llanview right now.
It's terrible. How do you do that?
Oh, he probably got some flunky to take the rap for him. Can only imagine what he had to do to make that happen.
You know...
Daddy allegedly ordered Patel to name his ex-wife's current husband, Charles Banks, as Balsam's father, all because he didn't want the little bastard to stake claim on the Buchanan fortune so soon after the appearance of David Vickers Buchanan, son of Bo Buchanan, who recently gained notoriety for stranding Mayor Dorian Lord at the altar again.
Nothing, huh?
You have to know how sorry I am.
When? How long has David been there?
Since his failed wedding to Dorian.
David dumped Dorian in August. You're telling me this has been going on since then?
Yes.
When did you find out about it?
Not long after that.
So you're telling me that you've known about this for months? And you didn't tell me?
I would have gone straight to you. But Matthew caught me going through the files in Clint's office, and he turned me in. And Clint was on to me. He threatened to throw me into jail, which would have meant me abandoning Gigi and Shane and leaving them with nothing. And then Clint somehow had Gigi's LU grant revoked. Who knows what he would have done next? I put my family over yours. I messed up.
So my son was suffering, is suffering, right now. And you did nothing.
I wanted to. You have to believe me.
You know, I know that Clint is the heavy in all of this, but right now, it feels like the person that stabbed me in the back is you.
Who does that dame's research? Fact check! First of all, I left David. David did not leave me. When I found out that he was a two-bit grifter, not at all unlike you.
And yet, somehow, you almost married him twice?
Well, you saw that picture of him. He's very attractive, and he can be very charming and amusing, and the sex was good. I'm lying. It was great. But I certainly would never take him back now.
I don't buy it.
I beg your pardon?
Whatever you say, you're still hung up on him.
What? Why in the world would I ever go back to a man who did something like that to me?
Then why haven't you moved on?
Hard to earn your trust. And I have treasured it. Really, that's why it kills me to lose it now. And I know I don't have the right, but I'm just asking you just to please understand and forgive me. Please, you have to know how scared I was for my family.
So you didn't come to me?
Oh.
I would have done everything I could to help protect Gigi and Shane, to take care of them. I would have done everything I could to keep you out of jail, and I thought you knew that. You were like a son to me, I thought. You're not my son. Right now, my son is rotting in a Moroccan prison. So if you're looking for absolution, Balsam, sorry about that. You can't get it from me. All I can think about right now is finding David.
Paul, listen.
No, just go. You heard me, Balsam.
No. Not until I make it up to you.
Sorry to be blunt, but what you need is a good...
Hey, save it. All right. It's not as if I haven't had opportunities.
And?
And they just weren't David. Not as charming, not as fun, not... Heaven help me.
You still love him.
I'm gonna nail Clint for this, among other things, but I need David to do it.
Nailing Clint's my new middle name. What do you need me to do?
Nothing. You've already done enough.
It really sucks when the person you want to be with is with someone else.
Or a whole foam party full of people.
I'm just saying I know how you feel.
What do you think you're doing?
Comforting you.
Oh,
Is that a problem?
I'll say it is. Langston, what's the matter, honey? What did Ford do this time?
Ask his wife.
What's wrong?
I don't know. She's locked herself in her room.
You've got a lot to deal with.
And what business is that of yours? And what are you still doing here? And why do you keep pumping me for information?
Because you need to talk to someone.
Well, that someone is not going to be you. Now, will you get out of here? Really? Leave on your own, or I'm going to have you thrown out.
I'm going.
Thank God you're here. I need help with Jessica.
Sorry, I can't help you.
Well, then, what are you doing here?
Police business.
What kind of police business?
It's none of your damn business.